It's time. Ladies and gentlemen, I am here with the winner of EBI 9. Garry, is that your version of champagne?
Yeah, I'm popping bottles over here, Ralph.
Oh, wow. The most expensive Cristal you could find over here, I can see. Ladies and gentlemen, like I said, I am here with Freddie Mercury.
It's called Cristal Geyser.
Cristal Geyser.
Cristal.
Wow, that's a real Jersey coming out of you real quick, you know?
These aren't glaciers, these are glaciers.
Glaciers. Try to not hit the microphone when you do this. No, don't. Okay, so let's chat about a few things. You just won EBI 9. How are you feeling right now, aside from going through your man purse?
I'm feeling pretty good. Oh, the mustache wax isn't in here. It looks like lip balm. I don't see it.
Were you literally going to wax your mustache the entire time during this interview?
It looks like a thing of lip balm.
Can we talk about the pills that are in here?
Oh yeah, those are some high level anti-inflammatories. It's called Arcatia. It's actually illegal in the United States.
Interesting.
It basically my fucking neck is in severe pain all the time while competing, and I take those and I feel like a god.
Oh, that's good.
Awesome.
I did notice that
they're illegal in the United States because they've stopped people's hearts from working and they die. And apparently people don't like that, so...
I did notice that one was increasingly written with the word steroids on them.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, who misspells steroids?
It's
and then...
weird. Yeah, me, of course. I know. Sometimes I screw that up.
So, impressive showing here at EBI today. How are you feeling about it? Tell me about your performances, because let's get the truth out there. You had to fill in for Gordon, and we're going to get into the story about that. But I want to know how you're feeling right now after winning.
I feel very tired, almost drunk, wobbly on my feet. It's very tiring.
Yeah.
There's a lot of big guys. It's rough work, man.
How much did you bulk up to in the week's time that you were doing
I did eat a savage amount. I was telling the guys, like right before my first match with Jimmy Friedrich, I was like, if I have to do any amount of squeezing, I will shit my pants.
Yeah.
And thank God I didn't really. It was just like a light little outside heel dump. But dude, did I take a dump after that match?
Yeah.
I felt a lot better. It was really good. It was freeing.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Well, that's good to know. Who did you dump on?
I'm not going to disclose.
You're not going to disclose?
Right now, yeah.
You're truly a gentleman, Garry. So obviously, we talked about your Freddie Mercury influence. Let's talk about your John Lennon glasses.
Yeah, I picked these up at Venice Beach. I have another pair that are pretty awesome as well. They're even bigger and like reflective. They're very, they're hot. I didn't know that these glasses are in now.
They are in. Yeah. They're very much there. You can start writing Elton John songs, or you can't do that with those though. It makes you look older.
Oh, somebody didn't believe that I was 25 today. They're like, yeah, you got to be at least 35. I get it. A rape stash and
you're not aging well. I guess is what they're saying.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, then there's that. Okay, tell me how it is you found out about Gordon.
Here's a mustache wax.
No.
They got it for me. Go ahead. Yeah, continue.
Tell me how they found out about Gordon getting injured. What was your reaction?
Okay.
And how quickly did your name get mentioned as the replacement?
Okay, so first of all, I got elbowed in the face by somebody in England, spinning back elbowed while guard passing, because that was necessary. And then we were training in the U.S., and AJ Agazaram flying kneed Gordon directly in the eye while Gordon had a Kimura. Not sure why that was necessary.
Wait, I'm sorry, so this was in training afterwards?
Yeah, this was in training, preparing for EBI. He got flying kneed in the face. Yeah. While Kimura-ing someone else.
So was AJ taking it out on, I got kicked in the back, I'm going to start elbowing people in the face?
I don't know.
Or kneeing people in the face?
I'm not really sure what his deal is with that. But I'll tell you this, Gordon was ready to kick him in the fucking back after that happened. Luckily, he found us a plastic surgeon, so I think that's the only thing that saved us from freaking out. But, all was well. He got his eye hurt, and John turned to me and said, are you in? And I was like, yeah, let's do this. Let's kill these bad, and I stepped in, and here we are.
Do you feel like the internet was a little surprised, like they didn't take you guys for serious that this was happening?
Yeah, no, we troll people a lot. So I think when they saw, I don't know how they thought we photoshopped this cut, but they definitely didn't believe that. Not only that, somebody else messaged me and thought that, like, the only reason I hadn't said anything about me doing Worlds was because we planned this whole thing. Like, everybody thinks we like elaborately plan this stuff because we troll people so much.
Can I maybe vouch one theory as to why that's not true?
Why? What's not true?
That you guys didn't plan this out.
Yeah, go ahead.
You're just not that smart.
Yeah, okay. I'll buy that. I'll buy that.
I just want to make sure. I feel like that's an accurate assessment, and it's not like you're proving me wrong here to say anything. All right,
I'm okay
so
with it.
you find that out. You know you're getting on a flight out here. You were going to coach Gordon anyway, so you take up the mantle.
Yep.
What was the heaviest person that you faced, and how did that feel?
Definitely Vinny Magalhaes. I've competed against Vinny before, so I was ready for the weight. It's just, I took a pretty defensive strategy with him. I tried to enter into some attacks. He did some of his own. He was pretty tentative as well. I think he also didn't really want to engage too much for fear of losing too much energy before the overtime. But I just didn't see myself losing to him during overtime. I was watching a lot of his work. He chose armbar a lot, and statistically in EBI, I haven't served too many people well, and nobody's armbarring me in EBI ever, so it's just not happening.
It looks like it's a party trick you do now.
Yeah.
When you go to people's like house parties, you're just like, who wants to armbar me?
Yeah, I mean, Karam couldn't do it, and he had my arm for 20 seconds. So
It was super impressive, though. I mean, it does, when you're in the audience, it is spectacular. There is something to be said about the overtime with you and Vinny. That's what I think overtime should look like. It should be pretty exciting. You should feel like both gentlemen have the ability to submit the
You know
other.
what they need to do, too, is like, man, there's no cap on the overtime.
No.
Man, I was worried somewhere along the middle of, I don't know what it was, semifinals or something.
Sure.
Somebody was on somebody's back for like 5 minutes, man. There's got to be some sort of cutoff or something. I don't know what they needed to do. But foreseeably, if like one guy's not intent on submitting the other guy and just holding him, the other guy doesn't know how to escape, you could be sitting there for 20 minutes, and they can't do that with these pay-per-views, man. They just keep getting lucky every time.
Sure. I mean, I did read a chapter of One Piece. It was good. I mean, it is difficult to tell people when they are doing this, when they want that definitive tap. Like, the idea is to search for the tap. To put any kind of...
For some people.
Let's think about that. Well, for some people.
Yeah.
But if you are going in that rule set,
Yeah.
it is hard to take that element away. Is it not? Or what would you replace it with?
Take what element away? What do you mean?
Well, if you take the time limit, if you're saying there's a time limit and you say that's the problem.
To the overtime. Yeah. Yeah, I don't. It's difficult. It's definitely something that needs to be figured out, though. I mean, it's too much of it's going to ruin a show one day. Somebody's not going to get out of somebody's back.
Off screen, you guys can't see this, but Gordon Ryan is requiring that we hurry up with this interview because we're hogging his camera time.
He is the king. He is the king.
Do you have to call him the king now?
I mean, I didn't submit everybody, so I kind of have to bow down to him.
Wow.
It sucks.
Even though you basically saved his ass by competing here.
It's true, but I could have done better.
That's true. So, okay.
Could have been better.
When you do get that, you and Vinny have a great match.
Yes.
Was there anything that did surprise you today? Because I did notice that you seemed to change things up a little bit match to match that seemed very spectacular. Your first match, it looked like you were intent on kind of going with the legs. The second time, you seemed really going after this Kimura. Like, it was nice to watch your progression of where you were going through and what you were trying to attack with. Can you talk a little bit about that game strategy?
Yeah, I tend to be more of a counter fighter, so I try to exploit the opportunities my opponents give me. So I changed the way that I'm going to compete every match based off the way that my opponents are taking the fight. My first opponent wanted to viciously kick me in the chest every time I tried to pass his guard, so I searched for leg locks. My second opponent wanted to try to stay shin to shin and sit up, so the Kimuras were available. My third opponent, I'm not really sure what was going on there, but left me with a bunch of different entries into a bunch of different things, and I just sucked, so I couldn't submit him. And then we got into overtime, and he chose armbar for some reason, and I got out a bunch of times.
And true, but Dan seems to be the person you face in the third round. He's very proficient at wanting to have a good defense and let that be his game. So is it possible that maybe defense versus a defense counter-striker is kind of what can cause for some difficulty?
Yeah, I see me in like a sub-only fight. There's just no way he's escaping getting submitted by me. Like, there's no way the match lasts longer than 20 minutes.
Sure.
I don't see that. But yeah, I mean, I guess he's got halfway decent defense. Did some slightly intelligent things in certain situations.
Sure.
Yeah. The overtime, people still intent on choosing armbar on me. Good luck, guys. I mean, keep doing it, please.
Well, I mean, Vinny is probably one of the closest people to really set up and design those kind of arm bars, but he did have difficulty with you today.
Yeah.
He is one of those people who's very proficient at finishing those, but you found your way out of them a number of times. All right, I got to ask you these things. Number one, who are you going to call out now that this has happened? Because we're getting close to the end of the year.
Yeah.
I don't think you can go on the next EBI card. Mm-hmm. I don't think you can go to EBI 10.
Eddie Cummings will be doing 135, and I'm going to allow Gordon to do 170 because I competed for him in this. It's only fair to give him a shot at winning 3 belts. And when I say a shot, it's literally going to be his easiest EBI because he'll be competing in his active weight class. And nobody wants to compete against me at 170, so I don't see them stepping. I don't even know who they're going to be able to find to enter the. They're going to have to pay guys money to enter the tournament against Gordon at 170.
I mean, at this point though, are you calling people out?
Oh yeah, sorry. I missed what we were.
It's okay. You had to get
too much
ADHD.
Yeah, sorry. So I want the sub-only match against Vinny Magalhaes because it's just 2 matches where, first one I lost by a -1 in ADCC, and then this one I just win by overtimes. I don't like that shit. I want to submit somebody, want it to be final. Who's better at submitting people? I want to know. So we got to have that sub-only fight. That's one of my, after this just happened, that's one of what I want the most.
2 things. 1, did you talk to him after the match? And 2,
Yes.
did you float that idea by him?
Yeah, I 100% said we're 1-1. I was like, we got to have a sub-only match now. Let's do this.
And what did he say?
He kind of I think he was, in a moment of, not being happy that he didn't win, and he didn't really agree or disagree. He just kind of shrugged his shoulders and smiled. I would be, I don't know what I would say. I mean, I would agree to it immediately, but I don't know. Maybe he's just a little tired. Who knows?
Well, hopefully we can make that happen. I'm pretty sure the internet can put their their full support behind it, even though it doesn't mean much. Are you taking off your glasses to be more serious now?
Yeah, sorry. I just.
It's okay. Number 2, you owe my co-host Kevin Phillips a song because you lost to him at over under Kevin 200. You bet against a certain amount of fighters. You didn't beat his number of fighters that he picked correct. When do we get to see that song?
I have a song to sing to you.
Okay.
Kevin. I don't know if it really fits the specifications of which you requested. Nikki's having a death match over here.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry. If you want to get down on these hairy balls, why don't you jump right in? It's a crotch party right up in here. Why don't you suck on this big jaw? Whoa.
Oh, I had a register. That was good.
Thanks.
It was way better than your Michael Jackson attempt. Now, here's the thing. No, don't.
Simone.
That's better.
Come on.
It's one thing to, I didn't have to find it. I didn't have to see it.
Yeah, no.
People went out of their way and said, Raph, have you seen this?
Yeah.
And I won't name names, but maybe one of the organizers behind Polaris said, have you seen it? And I was like, I don't look at everything Garry does.
Yeah.
I try to stay away from most.
Originally, that promo was way worse.
Yeah.
I was cursing off the Reno in the promo, and I was like, yeah, we can't have that in the promo. Meanwhile, in his promo, he's like, I respect Garry very much. I'm like, oh God, thank God we took that out.
I heard there was more twerking in the video, the extended director's cut, though.
There's probably some twerk. I definitely twerk quite a bit, so it should happen.
That's fair.
It could happen.
Okay, I just want to make sure my sources are correct on this.
There's a good chance.
Okay, so I guess my issue was not so much that you were ruining songs, because you do that every once in a while.
Listen, who else? Tell me one person that better sings that song by Michael Jackson, other than Michael Jackson.
Listen,
that's not a professional singer. Go ahead. Anybody in this room going to sing it better?
You keep giving more qualifiers. That's not a professional singer that I know. That I also exist.
Professional singer. That's not fair. I'm not a professional singer. You got to choose somebody from. I don't. Oh, wow. Listen, I'm a trained vocal. I've been trained.
I'm a trained vocalist.
I am. My high school days. You were entertained. You posted it all over the internet. You must have enjoyed it in some capacity.
I mean, here's the thing.
Listen.
My ears rang a little bit, and I said this on your note. You guys did one of your Q&As with Gordon and Garry. And I said, listen, I tried the double, triple, quadruple track your vocals, and my computer actually said, and this is 100% true, it said, no, you can't save these vocals.
Yeah, because they were just too good.
Yeah, absolutely.
They were too close.
But then you decided you were going to challenge me to a karaoke off.
Yeah,
which
let's
I
do
accept.
that. I'm ready.
100%.
Ready. You're getting crushed.
And then here's the thing: you have no idea.
Crushed.
You have no idea.
You have no idea.
I've seen what you can do.
Yeah.
And I've seen your.
You saw little
idea.
clips. You saw little clips of like the funny songs. You don't even know like my hardcore shit.
Your hardcore
You don't know
shit.
my
Your
go-to.
earlier years.
You don't know my go-to.
What's your go-to?
Don't worry about it. I gotta save it.
I'm just saying.
Competition.
Well, here's the thing, though.
I don't just tell all my competitors my secrets.
But you tell people to armbar you, and then you will try to make it a larger challenge, but you won't do the same for karaoke.
Tell me how you're gonna beat me, Ralph. And then I'll tell you how I'm gonna beat you.
First of all, I'm a better performer.
That's absolutely not true.
Absolutely true. You're too needy, and you need too many people to enjoy you. You have the performance ability of a 12-year-old at a bat mitzvah. So, listen.
First of all, I can dance way better than
Oh, no.
Oh, sorry, that wrong text. That came
Wrong
out all
text
wrong.
indeed.
That came out all wrong. I didn't say that.
That's fine. I mean, you can believe whatever you want to believe. It's just your calisthenics aren't quite dancing.
I'll smash your skull like a clam on my tummy.
You won't. Like, no one's afraid of you at karaoke. Like, granted, you heel hooking me, it's a little scary. I don't really enjoy that.
I challenge you to karaoke, and then immediately afterwards a breakdancing competition. Or whatever style of dance.
I was about to say, I was like, listen.
Whatever style of dance you choose.
Wouldn't that be so great if I had like some Latin lady on the side that was just like, all right, now time for the ballroom dance. Gary don't know this about me, but I'm about to mess his world up right now.
Yeah.
It's about to be the 4-year anniversary of Verbal Tap. Would you mind saying how you feel about 4 years of Verbal Tap to the camera?
Amazing that
It's amazing.
lasted 4 years. Absolutely amazing. I can only attribute that to the interviews that we do, to be honest. Pretty sure that's the only thing holding this shitty fucking art project together. But
art project gets acclaim. This is literally a circus act, my friend.
yeah. So, congrats, I guess, for doing the impossible. Nobody believed in you. It still doesn't.
It's true.
So, I mean, against all odds, you made it.
Well, Gary, before we get you on out of here, can we take care of any sponsors, people you want to say shout-outs to, anybody you want to call out prematurely?
Yeah. Thanks to our newest sponsor at Muscle Farm. They picked us up, and they've been really good so far. And I see a lot of good things happening with those guys. And I have Armbar Soap to thank. They're always big supporters. Chimera Coffee, as well as Studio 540, huge supporters of all the professional jiu-jitsu events, as well as us as competitors individually. So that's awesome. Thanks to Brawlsy Clothing for helping design this. This isn't actually any of their gear or anything.
What's it say on your neck?
Thanks to Harambe as well for inspiring me to be.
How long is this going to go on for, though?
How long am I going to? I revived the Dicks Out for Harambe.
No, you were just late to the train.
No, I revived it.
You didn't
I saw
revive
it dying.
it.
I saw it dying, and I
dying.
saved it. I saw it dying much like Harambe, bleeding out on the ground.
And you couldn't have saved him too?
I couldn't have saved him, but
Wow.
I can save the movement.
Okay. All right. And say something nice about Polaris, so that way we can end on a good note.
Of course, man. Polaris was awesome. Beating against Serena was a great opportunity. I'm looking forward. Hopefully, just keep knocking off ADCC champions. That's the plan. So I'm just gonna keep trying to seek out these guys and compete against the toughest guys I can find, or maybe we'll find another super tough leg locker to compete against or something for one of their events. But that was an awesome event as well. I'm just gonna keep trying to compete in jiu-jitsu professionally and try to make these shows as exciting as possible.
That's good stuff, Gary. It's always some kind of weird thing. It's not a pleasure, but it's like a weird thing running into you every time. And we appreciate your time. I hope you are sad that you won't get to play Freddie Mercury.
I would just like to say
Yes.
thank you to Dylan Dennis for inspiring us to wear sunglasses indoors. As I was well informed by him, the sun never sets on a pimp. So we're now going to wear sunglasses indoors, and that's the plan.
Good on you, and I'm glad that that's where that's going. Well, ladies and gentlemen, keep it locked here at VerbalTapCast.com for more information. Garry Tonon, everybody. God, you've become so Hollywood.